option for the shoulder lock. But the good thing about this one, it kind of puts the person in double jeopardy because they have the threat of the shoulder lock. They might tap to that. But you're also putting this person into osaikomi. And we all know that you could win the match by pinning the person too. So it's kind of putting that person between a rock and a hard place. And it looks like this, okay? Person's down. We're going to get our nice Kimura tie off here. Elbow kind of making that nice plus sign. His spine makes one part of it. My forearm makes the other. And we reach down through this pipe here and I pull my limb up. Right? I pull this elbow up. Flash my hand through. And then I want to kind of close and make that Kimura device exist here. Right? Now we're ready to tie off. Turn a little bit this way. Right? I see a belt this time looking at me here. So I'm going to come through. Right? And it's just a small sliding motion. So my inner wrist never loses contact with my opponent's outer wrist. Okay? We don't want to make a big motion and try and reach for something because then it's just too much space. He's going to escape. Okay? So it's a small, tight, sliding motion. Okay? I come through, I get the belt, I slide, and I get it. Okay? And if you have to kind of make that connection, move your body around and get what you have to get, now we have the Kimura tie off. Okay? Now we're going to go for a shoulder lock. So with this leverage point and the tie off, you could stand up, you could grab the person, pull them back, and you want this person to be on their side, okay? You don't want them flat on their back. If they're flat on their back, just take the osaikomi. If they try and belly down, keep this device and bully them on their side, okay? Now we're going to cap this person off, okay? In that process of capping this person off, if they want to go flat to try and avoid the shoulder lock, right, we're going to do two things. I'm going to let this Kimura tie go and replace the belt tie with my hand. So I'm almost kind of going back to the Kimura trap to begin with, right? We started with the Kimura trap. We got the Kimura tie. Depending what reaction they give us, we could always go back to the shoulder lock and the Kimura tie actually here. Okay, so in this case, he's fighting it. I want to get this tie here. Now look, I'm going to slide my outside elbow, my lead top elbow, through his rib and his bicep. Okay? And I need to make a little bit of space for that to happen. So if I have to jerk it up, that's fine. But look, I'm going to swing my elbow through. And now I'm going to drive my body through here. That's where the tap comes. So let's actually go on this side. Perfect. Okay? We're back to the tie off. I let the tie off go. I go back to the Kimura here. You're going to really feel this elbow slide all the way to the mat. So I'm kind of just showing you this is where we want to get our elbow to. Okay, it's going between his bicep and his rib. Okay, but of course, we have the shoulder lock device here. So he's trying to fight it here. We break the grip off, or we could just move the belt. Right? You can see if he wants to grab the belt as a defense to keep his arm from coming out and ripping his shoulder off, we could actually just move his belt. And look what that does to his arm. Right? It moves his arm. So in a very detailed, oriented finish, if you notice the person's grabbing his belt, most often or not, the belt will move. If he's grabbing his gi, it's a different story. Okay, so be aware of what reaction the person is giving you, and you could pick apart his defense accordingly. So again, if they're grabbing the belt knot, don't believe in that defense too much. The belt will move. So let's look. If he's grabbing his belt, for example, here, we're going to move the belt and his hand in there. Do you see his hand moved? Now my elbow, right, that's grabbing his wrist, is going to slide through that bicep ditch here. It's almost like swinging a bat. I'm going to move my legs. Right, I drop through that hole. There it is. And now I'm going to try and get his palm and paint the mat with his palm. Right? This is also osaikomi here too. If for some reason we lose this and it slides out, well, guess what? Osaikomi, we can start looking for the pin and win the match here too. So as always, there's a lot of transitions that go on in randori or a tournament. Be aware of the person's defenses. If the pin is there and the osaikomi is there, don't be too greedy. Just take the pin, move on to the next round of the tournament, or get the tap and move on in the round. But yeah, give this one a try.